How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Cody in the OU tier from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It is the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles. Right now there is a link in the description down below. And for any reminder, drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 20k by the end of the year, and I'd love for you to be a part of that journey. So looking at the team, they've got a Clodsire, Arboliver, Ceruledge, Milotic, Mandibles, and a Frostmoth. Interesting stuff. So I think Sizzle's going to be important here for taking out that Frostmoth, especially if it gets up a couple of Quiver Dancers. And also U-turning on the Arboliver is going to be useful. Clodsire as well. Ceruledge we got to watch out for. We better keep our Donphan healthy for the Ceruledge. So I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking they may... I don't know what they're going to lead off with, to be honest with you. They wouldn't lead with Ceruledge, so we can probably safely lead off with Sizzle, go for a nice and powerful U-turn right off the bat. And if it's something unfavorable, then we'll just, like, you know, not stay in. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Cody. So they're going to lead off with Mandibles as we led off with our Sizzle. So it's not a bad matchup, but nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So it's not the worst matchup in the world. We can definitely, like, we're neutral to both its stabs. It probably doesn't outspeed us. So I'm going to go for a U-turn real quick. Just get some chip damage off on the Mandibles, but also to get our Sizzle out of there in something a bit more favorable. So they go for a Roost expecting a... Oh, they were expecting us to outspeed them. No, 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 no. Sizzle is too slow for that, as we go for a U-turn and get on out of there. So now that's actually worked out much more favorably to us, because now they are weakened. So with that in mind, what's the best thing for us to do? Does the Choice Band U-turn did that much? Would a Life Orb Flare Blitz from a Blaziken do more or less? Slash close combats, because, you know, Ceruledge could come in. I'm leaning towards that it won't. No, I think it will actually. I think Choice Band Life Orb boosted Flare Blitz from this thing will definitely take this thing out. So let's try that. Oh no, we don't even go for a Flare Blitz. We go for a close combat. They don't have Rocky Helmets. They're probably going to bring the Ceruledge in here, but I don't know that for sure. So I will find out what they're going to do here by going for a close combat, and hopefully we get the KO. They do withdraw the Mandibles. Are they going to go into the Ceruledge? Probably. Clodsire. Interesting choice. Interesting choice for sure. So we go for a close combat on the Clodsire that comes in. Does half, which is incredible damage. It was a crit, that's why. I was going to say, Blaziken, where have you been hiding all my life? But no, it was just a crit. Just a crit. Never mind. But it's fine. We can just go straight for a Flare Blitz if we want to. This does give them a free... I want to see if they'll go into the Ceruledge, because the Ceruledge might be Flash Fire, but it also might not be. It might be weak armor. So I'm wondering whether they'll do that or not. So I think while the Donphan's got full HP, they won't bring the Ceruledge in. I'm pretty confident they won't. So I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz now just to get rid of this Clodsire. As there we go. Flare Blitz comes through. Should take out the Clodsire. It does take out the Clodsire. As there we go. That's one less ground type to deal with. Well, they've got no ground types now. In comes the Milotic. So we've got a couple of options we could go for here. We could tear a Flying Swords Dance on this thing, but I think it's more likely to go for a Scold, so I don't really want to do that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into Superior. Superior, sorry, not Superior. Buh. Superior does really well against their team, actually, pretty much. We can go for a Terra Ground on the... oh, they go for a Flip Turn. Interesting. So they're going to Flip Turn out. I'm probably going to the Ceruledge now, or the Mandibles, if I had to guess. Mandibles can definitely take a Leaf Storm, that's for sure. But we could be Terra Rock for all they know. They're going to go into Zero, which I'm assuming is the Frostmoth, because, yeah. Oh, no, it's not. This is the Oh, the Ceruledge. Look at that beauty. Got them Armor Rouge colors. Gotta love it. So anyway, we don't want to stay against this thing. We definitely don't want to stay against this thing. It's probably weak armor. So we should go into Donphan, right? They could Terra, though. Let's try it. Let's screw around and try it. We've got the Iron Jugglis with the speed boost if we need to. But I think if we're going straight into Donphan here, it should be alright. So here's Burnout coming in. Like so. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. They go ahead and withdraw Zero, expecting the Donphan. And they're going to go into the Arboliver. So that's a really good play on my opponent's behalf, making that double switch real quick. Nice and shiny as well. Got a... Not really got an opinion on that shiny, to be honest with you. So anyway, Arboliver is here. We know what it's going to go for. Probably a Strength Snap or a Grass type move. So I think the best thing for us to do is to go Scissor. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't think they... I don't think they terror this thing. I think they save the terror for the Ceruledge, because otherwise Donphan just walls it to oblivion. So they can't... Yeah, they go for a Dazzling Gleam. That's fair enough. They were probably expecting something else to come in, like the Blaziken maybe. But we're going to go straight for a U-turn here. We should outspeed the Arboliva because they are very slow. They do withdraw the Arboliva, so we get a free U-turn off on whatever they bring in, which is going to be 0. The Ceruledge, if my memory serves me right. Yes, it is. Nice and shiny. Look at that. We go for a U-turn. It's going to pop their weak armor if they have it. They do. Lowering their defenses, but boosting their speed. So, not too bad for us, because with the defense drop, it means even if they terror into or resist the terror, Donphan's Earthquake will still do some decent damage. So I'm going to bring Donphan in, as you would expect. Like so. There we go. And I'm going to go for an EQ. And the reason I'm going for an EQ is I feel like they actually stay in terror and go for a Swords Dance. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm leaning towards. They do withdraw. Okay, so they're probably going to go into the Arboliva. So I'm guessing they don't want to try and pull off the Ceruledge strategy while Donphan is on the field. But they bring in Mandibles. Mandibles is an interesting one. So we go for an EQ. Obviously, it doesn't do diddly squat. Now, this thing is definitely going to have Defog on it. So there's no point setting up Stealth Rocks in its face. So, with that in mind, if we assume they're going to go for a... a Roost here, we should go Sizzle, right? Yeah, if we assume they're going to go for the Roost to get the health back, we should definitely go Sizzle, I think. I don't think they attack here. They wouldn't attack the Donphan. They can't really do anything to the Donphan with the Mandibles. Unless they have Toxic, which they don't. They go for a knockoff. They're getting rid of that Rocky Helmet, or trying to get rid of the Rocky Helmet. Instead, they get rid of our Choice Band, which is unfortunate, but it does mean we can set up different moves now if we want to. So, I don't know what item this thing has. I'm assuming it's Heavy Duty Boots. I'm going to go for a knockoff now, expecting them to... They roost. They roost away. They roost away their health. We could have gone for a close combat there. But no, I'm going to knock off their boots. Because if we can set up the Stealth Rocks, it's going to hurt it, really. And that's the main thing I'm thinking of there. And now we can just go straight for a U-turn, expecting them to either switch out or go for another knockoff. They go for another knockoff. Does no damage pretty much, but I guess it does add up. U-turn's going to do a nice bit of chunk of damage as well. And now we get a free switch in to our Blaziken once again. So we're going to go into Blaziken, and I am pretty confident that based on that U-turn damage, a Life Orb close combat, a much higher base power move from this thing is going to sting quite a bit. So I'm going to go for the close combat real quick. I don't think they'll have Brave Bird. I think they have Roost, Defog, Knockoff, and then something like U-turn or Taunt. So we go for the close combat, and hopefully it gets KO. It does, as Blaziken is coming through for us right now. What an absolute legend. Absolute legend getting that damage off on the Mandibles. So now if we can get the Stealth Rocks up, they'll be up for good, and that'll hurt the Frostmoth and the Ceruledge as well. In comes the Milotic. So Milotic's an interesting one. They probably go for a flip turn again, but I'm still going to have to switch out because I can't really stand against this thing. I'm looking at my options here. We could do some stuff with Superior right about now, since the Mandibles is gone. But I'm also leaning towards a Slowking. I think Slowking could do really well here. But Slowking kind of baits in the Ceruledge's Poltergeist, so we don't really want to do that. Well, no, actually, no, we should do that. I think that's the best way to go about this, because we want to get Rocky Helmet chip on that Ceruledge if we can. So I think going into Drip Queen, and then if they bring in Ceruledge after this flip turn that they're probably going to go for, right? No, they go for Ice Beam expecting something else. They probably expected the Superior like I did earlier. That makes sense. That makes sense. So now we get a free Chilly Reception off on this thing, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Or should I go for a Future Sight? I think I'm going for a Future Sight. I think Future Sight's fine. Yeah, they go for a Scald, which is interesting. They're trying to get some damage off on me. So I'm going to work as we go for a Future Sight. And now all we need to do is go into something that's going to threaten this Milotic out. Which unfortunately for me, I don't have the best. I've got Superior, which threatens it out. That's for sure. Let's go for a Chilly Reception. Let's see how much of a... because they haven't got any Dark type. So let's see how much this Future Sight does to the Pokemon that they can bring in. So we're going to get burned from that Scald, which is unfortunate. They get some damage off. But we tell a chillingly bad joke. And then we're going to get on out of there because this crowd is just hard to please. You know? So we're going to get out of there. It starts to snow. It's that chilly. And then we'll go into our Superior because it's Snake versus Snake at this point. Let's go into Superior real quick. There we go. Like so. In our friend ball, because it looks cool on Superior. Let's go for a Leaf Storm. I don't see any reason not to. So we go for a Leaf Storm. They actually stay in, which is interesting. And they're going to tank that like an absolute, well, tank. So now they go for an Ice Beam. It's probably going to do about half. Just over half. No freeze, but they get the Future Sight attack, and that's going to take out Milotic. So that actually did come into effect, which is great. Really great. But now we're kind of sitting ducks because I'm pretty sure a Shadow Sneak from Ceruledge will take us out from here. But there's also the problem with the Frostmoth, which is not the thing they're bringing in. They're bringing in Arboliver. So I'm looking at this matchup and I'm thinking, we're already weak. So we should go for a Dragon Pulse here. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse just to get the damage off. It's +2 at the end of the day. It's going to do a decent bit of damage to the Arboliver. Is it Arboliver or is it Arboliver? Arboliver sounds a bit too blunt for a Pokemon like this. So they are going to get that Seed Sour. That Dragon Pulse did not do nearly enough damage for my likings. And then they go for an Earth Power. Interesting choice. So we're living on 1 HP. Now, I'm looking at this matchup and I'm thinking Leaf Storm in the grassy terrain is probably doing more than Dragon Pulse. So I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm instead. There we go. Leaf Storm comes through. It should do more damage. Yeah, it does more than the Dragon Pulse now that the grassy terrain's up. As they go for another Earth Power, that's going to take us out. So interesting choice of move to go for on a Superior. I guess they probably didn't have anything else to go for without wasting a Terror. So Arboliver is going to be left on a sliver of HP, which is always nice. We go into our Blaziken, right? Blaziken the way to go? I think Blaziken's the way to go. We're going to Blaziken. Blaziken can handle this. And what we're going to do is we're going to half and half expect the Ceruledge to come in. So I'm going to go for a Brave Bird because that'll hit everything on their team, really. They do withdraw the Arboliver. Are they going to go Ceruledge? Ceruledge makes sense. Yeah, Zero comes in. Maybe I should have Terrored there. Get the extra damage off. Yeah, we should be alright. Let's go for a Brave Bird. Let's see how much it does first. Yeah, I should have Terrored. I really should have Terrored there. Really should have Terrored there. It's fine. We got some recoil damage, but we do get the grassy terrain recovery afterwards. Which is always nice. The snow is going to stop, which doesn't mean anything really. They get some health back. We get some health back from the grassy terrain. And we get a speed boost, but they probably have Shadow Sneak, so we have to be careful here. I'm leaning towards the Donphan. I am going to go the Donphan, to be honest with you. I think Donphan is the way to go. Because if they go for a Shadow Sneak here, which they kind of have to, we get some Rocky Helmet chip, which is nice. It's very nice. They go for a Bitter Blade on the switch. Then again, they outsped us, so there was no reason to not go for the Bitter Blade, I guess. I forgot about the weak armor thing for a second there. I just kind of forgot. So anyway, Bitter Blade was a crit and it did barely any damage. So we're probably alright here. Even though Grassy Terrain's going to weaken our Earthquake, it should be enough to KO this thing. So I am going to go straight for it. They withdraw. They're probably going to go into the Arboliver. Is it Arboliver or Arboliver? I don't know. Frostmoth comes in. Interesting choice. Can definitely take an Earthquake thanks to the terrain. Earthquake comes through. Let's see how much damage we do get off, though. Barely anything. Nothing. Diddly squat. So now they get a free Quiver Dance, which is really, really, really unfortunate for us. The grass is going to disappear, which is great for my Earthquake damage. But now I don't know what to do. I'm expecting them to Terror here. So I am going to go into Scizor. That way we can figure out whether they're going to Terror or not. Because they either Terror against the Scizor or they lose something. Because our Arboliver goes down to a Bullet Punch and Ceruledge can't switch into a Bullet Punch and then take another one afterwards. They go for a Quiver Dance. Interesting. So we don't have a choice band, so we probably can't one-shot this thing in this case. But they more than likely Terror into a type that's good against Steel. Probably Fire. I'd like for them to do that and take my Scizor out, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack with Bullet Punch. They do go for the Terror. Are they Terror Water or something? Terror Water could be a good Terror for Frostmoth. Especially with that special scales ability. That's really cool. The Terror Ground. Which is great. And the reason that's great is because now we can probably do a bit more damage. As there we go. Bit more damage. Not too bad. Terror Blast comes through though, and that's easily going to take out our Scizor, unfortunately. Is it? It is. Okay, that's good. That's good. I thought I was underestimating Frostmoth for a second there. Never underestimate Frostmoth, that's for sure. So, Frostmoth is in a very good position here. because they could very easily take us out. But the problem they have is that, well, here's the main problem we've got. Is that we don't really have much to... At +1 speed, do they outspeed Blaziken? Because I know Frostmoth is quite slow. I think the best thing for us to do is Iron Jugless. So I am going to go into the Iron Jugless. Nice and shiny, gotta love it. We're going to get that booster energy, so now we definitely outspeed the Frostmoth. And everything else on the team as well. So I think the best thing for me to do is to Terra Fire expecting an Ice Beam. And then risk the Fire Blast. I think that's the way to go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to Terastallize ourselves. They might have thought we weren't going to Terastallize. Hopefully they don't expect the Terastallization. As there we go. We got our big crystal candle on our head. There we go. Big candles on our head. Love to see it. Love to see it. So we go for a Fire Blast. We do hit the Fire Blast, which is great. Should do a decent bit of chip damage. Yeah, that's some good damage right there. They go for a Terra Blast, expecting the Terra. What a read by my opponent. That is brilliant. I shouldn't have terrored. Shouldn't have terrored. Because now, it's all Ogre. As Iron Jugless goes down. I know I said it's all Ogre, but it's not all Ogre. It's not all Ogre. We've got the Donphan with the Ice Shard. We can definitely go for an Ice Shard to KO this thing. I'm pretty confident Ice Shard will KO from here. So I think we did good here. I'm pretty confident. So let's go for the Ice Shard. Let's just go for it. They do withdraw the Frostmoth. They withdraw the Frostmoth? And they're going to go into the Arboliver to get that grassy terrain up, I'm guessing. Just to stop the earthquake damage, I'm guessing. Ice Shard comes through. Doesn't quite get the KO, so that's going to activate the Seed Sower. Is it Sower or Sour or whatever? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see how this Arboliver acts. So Ice Shard should be able to take this thing out from here, right? Yeah, there we go. So Ice Shard can take that out. It can take the Frostmoth out from where it's at. We should be golden here. Because the next thing they can bring in is going to be Ceruledge. If they want to bring the Ceruledge in. I don't think they will, though. I really don't think they will. In comes Zero, the Ceruledge. Interesting. I guess that's their only option because Ice Shard takes out the Frostmoth. So I don't know why I said they wouldn't do that. Let's go for an Earthquake and just see how much damage we do. They go for a Sword Dance. I think Earthquake, even though it's grassy terrain, is still able to KO this Ceruledge. I'm pretty sure. Should be able to. Yeah, it is. As down it goes. No crits or anything like that. That's good. That's right. There we go. So Donphan's coming through for us in the end here. As the Frostmoth can now come in and hopefully goes down to the Ice Shard. I have a feeling it's going to live on a sliver of HP though. Just to annoy me. We will see. Let's go for the Ice Shard. There we go. Ice Shard comes through. Yeah, Frostmoth goes down. And that's GG Cody. That was a really fun game. It came right down nearly to the timer, which is always nice. So it was a nice full game. Yeah, GG Cody. I appreciate that one. Thank you for your time. Okay, our second battle is against Evil Being, who is the brother of Bradka from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles. I cannot stress this enough. There is a link in the description down below. Cannot stress this enough. Looking at the team, we got the Paradox Raikou, the Paradox Suicune, and then the regular Entei, which is interesting. Great Tusk, Porygon 2, and a Skarmory. Pretty cool stuff. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lead with... I don't know what they lead with. They could lead with the Walking Wake for that. I think they lead with Skarmory, right? They've got to lead with Skarmory or something like that. So if I lead off with Blaziken, we could do some damage there. So I think I will do that. I'll lead off with Blaziken. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Evil Being. They're going to lead off with the Skarmory as expected, as we lead off with the Blaziken. So nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So I would stay in Flare Blitz, but that's probably not the best thing to do because they could easily have... I suppose this is actually my only way of hitting this Skarmory, so I'm just going to go straight for a Flare Blitz. Screw it. They do withdraw in the face of the type disadvantage. Makes a lot of sense. And they're going to go into that thing, which is going to be probably the Walking Wake, right? No, the Porygon. Fair enough. Porygon comes in. It's going to trace our speed boost, which is interesting. Wonder if they can actually make use of that. As we go for a Flare Blitz, it does about half. That's some good damage from Blaziken right there. Some real good damage from Blaziken. Now, I think the best Pokemon they have to stand up to my Blaziken is going to be their Great Tusk. But we will see how this goes for them. So, I will close combat right now. Just to get rid of this Porygon 2. There we go. Down it goes. Down it goes. This Porygon 2 is no more. It's been deleted. Bye, Porygon 2. In comes whatever that is, which is going to be the Great Tusk. Very powerful stuff. It's going to do a lot of damage to us if we stay in. So I've got to switch out. I'm leaning towards Superior as a switch, so I'm going to go for it. And we can definitely take an Earthquake. Maybe not a close combat too well, but if they go for an Ice Spinner, that's a good predict as well. So we'll go into Superior real quick like so. They go for a Headlong Rush, which is going to sting a little bit. Ooh, yeah, that did some decent damage right there. And now I'm guessing if I was them, personally, I would go into Skarmory right now. That's what I would do. So I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm anyway. They're going to withdraw the Great Tusk because they're in a very bad type advantage, disadvantage, sorry. And they're going to go into whatever that is, which I'm assuming is the Entei. Skarmory. Escape Skarmory. That's the thing we said that they should go into. It's going to do no damage, being 4 times resisted, obviously. But we do get the special attack raise, which is always nice. And we aren't Terra Fire, we're Terra Ground, so we can't really do anything against this Skarmory. I'm assuming they're going to go for either a Brave Bird or a Stealth Rocks. So I'm leaning towards a Iron Jugulis switch here, so we can Fire Blast. I don't think I need the booster energy for anything on their team, really, other than the Walking Wake. But we can handle the Walking Wake with other things anyway, so I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to go into my Iron Jugulis. Maleficent.E. It's meant to be EXE, but I ran out of space on the nickname, so I thought, screw it, we'll just put E. Gonna get that booster energy in our speed, it should be. It is indeed. As they do go for a Stealth Rock. So Stealth Rock's a good play from them. It's nice and shiny, Iron Jugulis as well. Look at the shiny, it's so nice. Looks just like the Hydreigon's one. I think it actually suits Iron Jugulis more than Hydreigon, not gonna lie. Like, look at the glowing head, I think it looks so cool. Let's go for a Fire Blast. There's no need to Terra. We can definitely take on this Skarmory with a Fire Blast, I think. They do make the switch, which is good. They're expecting the Fire Blast. They probably go into the Entei or the Walking Wake. Why did I say Walking? Walking Wake. Walking Wake comes in. We go for a Fire Blast. We do miss, which is unfortunate. But I am leaning towards going, because they don't get Ice Beam, so I'm leaning towards going for a Hurricane here. Just get damage off or Dark Pulse. I think I'll risk the Hurricane, because my Fire Blast just missed, so surely this won't. There we go, there we go, there we go. Hurricane's going to do some nice damage. They go for a Scold. I forgot that thing even got Scold. I really forgot that thing got Scold. I'm going to have to risk another Hurricane because I don't think Dark Pulse will KO from there, so I'm going to go for it. Now they're going to withdraw because they don't want to take a Hurricane to the face. And there's probably going to be a Raging Bolt switch, right? Yeah, Raging Bolt comes in. That's a good switch. Hurricane's going to miss, which is unfortunate because it could have confused them. As now they get a free Thunderclap off on me if they need to. I'm leaning more towards not taking that, though. So I think the best thing for me to do if I'm expecting an electric type attack is to go into Donphan. And then we can Earthquake this thing. So I'm going to do that. Nothing on their team switches into Earthquake other than Skarmory. So we can probably expect the Skarmory switch. So let's go into Donphan for now. Take the electric type attack. See what happens. They go for a Thunderclap. It's not going to work, which is great. And then what we can do is, if we expect them... Right, so they're either going to go for a Dragon Pulse or a switch out into Skarmory, I would say, or Great Tusk. So I'm leaning towards going for a Stealth Rock of my own or a Rapid Spin. Stealth Rock could be useful. I think I will go for the Stealth Rocks first. They do withdraw. They probably go into Walking Wake, right? Yeah, that's going to be... Well, I think that's a Walking Wake, right? Skarmory, okay. I cannot read that language. I'm sorry. I can't read it. It shames me to say, but I just can't read any other language other than English because... I don't know. I've just never paid attention in school. So anyway, if we assume, now that we've got Stealth Rocks up, we should probably go for a Rapid Spin, right? Let's go for a Rapid Spin, get rid of these Stealth Rocks. Sunny Day on the Skarmory, interesting. So that's an unexpected turn of events. As we get a Rapid Spin off right now, which is going to be great. Get rid of those Stealth Rocks. This also gives us a free switch in with our Iron Jugulis because chances are they're going to want to get them Stealth Rocks back up, right? So we can't sit there and Rapid Spin the whole time. So this gives me a free switch into Iron Jugulis because if the Stealth Rocks were already up, I wouldn't be able to go into the Iron Jugulis, that's for sure. So I'm going to do it now. Maleficent.exe is going to come in. And now they probably go for a Stealth Rocks, which we're already in now, so it doesn't matter. There we go, see? So we made the right play there, I think. I hope. Hope and pray. Really hope and pray. Let's go for a Fire Blast. Or do we go for a Dark Pulse, expecting the Raging Bolt to come in? Fire Blast will still do some nice chips, so we'll go for that. So they do withdraw the Skarmory. They don't want to take a Fire Blast to the face. And they're going to go into what exactly? What is that? The Walking Wake is here. It's going to get a Pro Synthesis boost as well. But not... Well, yeah, he does get it before. But, I mean, We'll see how much damage it's in speed. Oh, that's bad. Fire Blast is going to miss again, right? Yep, there we go. Great. So, what's my switch into Walking Wake? That's the real question. Hydro Steam, if they've got Hydro Steam. I think they have Scald, though, don't they? I don't think they'd have Scald and Hydro Steam. So, I think the best thing for me to do... So, Entei has Extreme Speed. This is like the only thing I have to take on the Skarmory, though. That's the bad thing. It's also one of the few things I have to take on the Great Tusk. I have Superior, though. So that could work out nicely. I could just let Maleficent go down. I think the best thing to do is to go into Slowking and get rid of this Sun. Chilly Reception will get rid of the Sun, which would be great. And that's what we need to happen. So in comes the Drip Queen. Nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And then they go for a Hydro Steam. Oh, they've got Hydro Steam and Scald. Interesting. So that's going to do too much damage for my likings. Way too much damage for my likings. Pretty sure that 2-hit KOs us from where it was at. We might live on a sliver of HP, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to go for the Chilly Reception to try it. They go for Hydro Steam again. Hopefully we can live this. We don't. So we know they're probably specs at this point. They're probably specs at this point. So Slowking goes down. The Harsh Sunlight fades because it's only a sunny day and they had Rocky Helmet, not the Heat Rock. So now we can just go into our... What do we do here? I think Superior is the best way to go. So I'm going to go into Superior. Like so. There we go. And then we just go for a Leaf Storm. There's no real reason not to go for a Leaf Storm, as it is probably going to take out the Walking Weight from here. There we go. Walking Weight goes down. It was a crit, but it didn't matter. We're definitely still taking down that Walking Weight from there. That's for sure. As we get a special attack boost, which is amazing. In comes whatever that is, which is going to be what? The Skarmory? Yeah, the Skarmory comes in. Skarmory is here. Let us go for a Dragon Pulse real quick. I know it's resisted, but I know what they're going to do. They're going to go for a Sunny Day again, so we may as well do this. Dragon Pulse comes through. Hopefully it's a 2-hit KO from there. It's not, unfortunately. As they go for a Body Press, which is unfortunately going to leave our Superior susceptible. I guess we go Donphan here, because they probably go for a Roost, right? If they have Roost. They have Stealth Rock, Sunny Day, and Body Press. Do they have Roost as well? More than likely. So we'll bring Burnout in the Donphan. Bring Burnout in the Donphan. So they go for a Body Press once again. We're going to get some Rocky Helmet chip on them. They should outspeed us. So they'll probably go for either a Switch here or a Roost. So I'm going to try and catch them with the Earthquake. Sunny Day. I should have known they'd go for a Sunny Day. Should have known they'd go for a Sunny Day. If we go for an Earthquake, it's going to fail miserably. So now, I really hope they go for a Roost there, but that's kind of made me look like a bit of a silly sausage. Let's go for a Rapid Spin, get rid of the Stealth Rocks first. They go for a Body Press again. No damage, but Rocky Helmet chip is there as we go for a Rapid Spin and nearly take them out. But now, what's interesting is that we're going to get a Speed Boost, which means this next turn, we should outspeed them. Which means Stones may be gone for good right now. Because I can just go for an Ice Shard real quick. Ice Shard comes through, takes out the Skarmory, and no more Stealth Rocks. Perfect. So now Iron Jugulis actually has a chance of actually doing something. And the main thing it's going to be doing anything against is going to be the Great Tusk. Pretty much. In comes the Great Tusk. I remember the former Titan part. Against the Donphan. Pretty tight type advantage going on there. Not type advantage. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what word I'm looking for. You know what word I'm looking for. So, anyway. They probably go for a Rapid Spin here. We could block that with something. I'm leaning towards not doing that, though. I'm leaning towards going for an Earthquake just to get damage off. So I'm going to go for it. They go for a close combat. That's going to lower the defenses, though, which is what's important here. So by lowering the defenses... We haven't Terrored yet, by the way. Just keep that in mind. So we might be able to catch the Raging Bolt off guard. So Donphan goes down. Get some Rocky Helmet chip. We now go into Scizor. Superior, sorry. And then we just go for a Leaf Storm. And if they bring Raging Bolt in, we can Terra Ground on that thing's Thunderclap. And then go for a Dragon Pulse. So let's go for it. They actually outspeed us. Huh. So they must have got Protosynthesis and Speed. I must have missed that part. That's unfortunate. I really forgot about that. Harsh Sunlight fades and so does the Protosynthesis wear off. So, now we're in a bit of a pickle. Now we're in a very much a pickle. So I'm going to have to go into the Iron Jugglers real quick. So Iron Jugglers can come in. Like so. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. And then we go for a Hurricane, right? Watch it miss. Watch it miss just because it's my Hurricane. Are they Choice Scarfed Iron? Are they Choice Scarfed Great Tusk? They are Choice Scarfed Great Tusk, aren't they? They've got to be. Huh. You see something new every day. Let's go into Sizzle real quick. So, we may have lost this now. I think we lose to Extreme Speed Entei. I think we do. I mean, the best thing for me to do is close combat, right? Right? That's the best thing for me to do. Or is it Terra Steel Bullet Punch? No, I think close combat does more damage. Let's go for the close combat. They do withdraw. Okay, so they're going to go into the Entei, right? That's going to be the Entei. Surely. Oh, the Raging Bolt. Okay, Raging Bolt coming in, getting some Stealth Rock chip damage, which is always nice. We go for a close combat. Should do some decent damage. Yeah, good damage. Good damage. Now, we can probably expect a Thunderclap here, so I am going to switch into Blaziken. But then we'll switch right back into Scizor, expecting another Thunderclap. So, that's the kind of game plan I've got going on there. I kind of want to keep Blaziken around. So, I'm going to go Blaziken. Expecting a Thunderclap. We're going to have to make some plays if we want to win this. You know? So, we'll bring in Blaziken real quick. There we go. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it. They go for the Thunderclap. Brilliant. What we can now do is we could go for a Swords Dance to play with them. Or we can go back into Scizor. I think going back into Scizor is the option that we should go for. I feel like they go for another Thunderclap here. I could have sit there and Swords Dance, got my speed boost and everything, but no matter the Thunderclap on the turn that I decide to attack. Yeah, the Thunderclap comes through again. Great. So, because we're Choice Banded, that's why I had to switch out there. Because I want to go for a U-turn now. U-turn seems like the best course of action. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to U-turn real quick. They go for a Discharge. Not taking any risks with the switches. That's fair enough. U-turn should take this thing out, as it does. Raging Bolt goes down. And then we go back to me. And we go back to me. This all comes back to me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Blaziken. And Blaziken, we're going to have to Terra. If they bring in the Great Tusk right now, which I'm assuming they will do. Yeah, that's the Great Tusk, the former Titan. We know this thing's offensive, and we know it's Choice Scarfed. So we Terra because the chances are they go for a Headlong Rush, right? And if they go for a close combat, it's resisted. So maybe the best thing to go for is Swords Dance. Yeah, there's no need to go for a Swords Dance because they've got extreme speed on them. They've got extreme speed on the Entei, so we're going to be too low on health anyway. May as well just go straight for the Brave Bird, right? Okay, let's go for this Terra. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a very close game. It all depends on whether their Entei has extreme speed or not. If it doesn't have extreme speed, we might be alright. But I highly doubt it doesn't have extreme speed. Highly doubt it. So they go for the Headlong Rush. Great. We get much more health now than we would have if they went for a close combat. We go for the Brave Bird. Should take this thing out from here. As it does. Great Tusk goes down, which is great. Great Tusk goes down, which is great. Hey. Oh, barrel of laughs, me. Barrel of laughs. In comes the Entei, right? The last Pokemon. But they're going to take this seriously, though, okay? So, the best move for me to go for is going to be the close combat because it won't KO me. If they don't have extreme speed, that is. So I'm going to go for the close combat. They do have the extreme speed, though, which means we lose. However, they could be Choice Banded. Got to keep in mind they could be Choice Banded. We don't know what set this Entei is. They may have locked themselves into extreme speed right there. And if they have, because I'm not seeing any recoil from Life Orb, they didn't have heavy duty boots, they could very well be banded. Which means Scizor is our best hope here. So, the best move we can go for is close combat, so I'm going to go for it. They are locked into extreme speed, which means we're in a very good position right now. Scizor could pull this back for us. Oh, Oh, just barely misses the KO as we get a defense drop. So, all comes down to whether we can live in extreme speed or not. Nope, as that's going to be the game. So that was an extremely close game. Really good one. Thank you very much, Bradga's brother. And for the battle, that was a really fun one. Shout out to Bradga's brother, Evil Being. GG indeed, GG indeed. But anyway, here's the team. Try it out if you want to. Use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.